Stop overpaying for imported Netum africano, aka wild arrow leaves, that loses its freshness in transit from the motherland to your table or to your kitchen in Europe, in America, or wherever you find yourself. You can save yourself a fortune by using kale and spinach, and to be honest with you, the texture is just as resilient and authentic, or even better than the arrow itself. Importers are scamming you with their ridiculous prices for some dusty, dry arrow that probably has passed its expiring date and also lost some of its nutrients in the process of transportation from the motherland to your table. Oh, please, just stop talking. Okay guys, you're welcome to my kitchen. Today, let's make arrow without using the arrow leaves itself and water leaf.
Today, I'm not going to go too deep into the process of making a really good pot of arrow because I've already shared that recipe here on the channel. If you missed it, make sure you check the link up above after this video. It will help you understand today's recipe even better. As you can already tell, today's stars are kale and spinach. The spinach, it doesn't really matter whether you use fresh or frozen. Today I'm using frozen and it works perfectly fine. For our proteins, I'm using cow skin, also known as kanda, and some smoked beef. I actually finished smoking the beef in the oven, but feel free to use fresh beef if that's what you have. Another protein to also use is some dried fish, which I soaked in water. For some heat, I've got a mix of red and yellow scotch bonnet peppers. We also need salt, seasoning cubes, some good quality red palm oil, and of course crayfish, which I completely forgot to lay out for this shot. So let's start by cooking our proteins. Season them lightly with salt and seasoning cube, just about 1 seasoning cube. Then add just enough water to cook everything through. We don't need too much because this stock is going to become part of our stew later on. While the proteins are steaming up, I'm going to quickly show you how you can slice your kale. So this is your kale. Now just from the top, start shredding downwards like this. And once you've moved away from the stronger stem, then you cut just like so. It's okay to have some stems in it. That's why we are leaving this softer stem. Now grab the larger one, then take this and put that in, then fold. We're doing this so we can have control when slicing. So we're trying to slice this kale, mimicking the exact pattern they use in slicing arrow. You know, that needle thin pattern that gives that beautiful long strands. Do this for all of the kale. You wash and drain. You're really gonna need a sharp knife. Now here's why this substitution actually makes sense. The traditional arrow leaves used back home in Cameroon is naturally very tough. That's exactly why it's usually cooked together with water leaf, which is much softer and helps balance the texture. But when you live thousands of kilometers away from home, finding traditional ingredients isn't always easy. Instead of giving up on the dishes we love, we learn to adapt. Kale is actually a great substitute because just like arrow leaves, it has that slightly firm texture that holds up well during cooking. Then the spinach steps in to play the role of the water leaf, adding softness and helping everything come together beautifully. It won't be exactly the same as traditional arrow, and it's not meant to be, but it definitely satisfies that craving when home feels far away. Since I'm using frozen spinach today, I recommend letting it thaw first, so that way you can squeeze out most of the excess water before cooking. Trust me, you will have much better control over the consistency of the stew, and it won't take forever to cook down. Just look at how much water came out of it. Now we will add the spinach to the pot of cooked proteins and give everything a good stir. This is where we start building those beautiful layers of flavor. Next, add half of the remaining ingredients and mix everything together. Let it simmer for a few minutes before adding the kale. Once the kale goes in, gently fold everything together until well combined. Then add the remaining ingredients. Taste and adjust the seasoning if needed, and let it simmer over low heat for a few more minutes. And just like that, dinner is ready.
Oh my God. This is the real example of how would they know? How would they know? I mean, if you didn't see the whole process or saw kale, when you taste it, the first thoughts that will come to your mind is, this is arrow. There is nothing anybody is going to tell me that will make me change my mind that this is not arrow. After this, I am not gonna spend my money on buying some dry, sad looking, dusty arrow leaves again. I'm just going to put this in my kitchen. It's gonna be there forever and ever. So guys, if I were you, I will give this a try. I'm telling you, you might probably just dish arrow and just start eating this all the time. You're not gonna stress, okay? You can find it in any supermarket around you. You can hop in and just get your kale, get your frozen spinach or fresh spinach, whichever one you can see, and just follow the exact same procedure as you would with arrow, and you're gonna enjoy it. Trust me, you're gonna enjoy it. So thank you so much for watching this episode of Flavor Lab with Zeedel. I hope to see you in the next video, and also comment in the comment section telling me whether you're going to give this a try or not. Share with somebody who would love to try this as well, or somebody who has difficulties accessing the authentic or real arrow or water leaf. Share it to them, because you might never know. There's somebody out there missing home, but he or she doesn't know where to start from. Thank you once again. Bye.